Just outside Barnsley, in Wombwell, I saw a fairly standard 2-up, 2-down terraced house. Although it was a little battered around the edges, fundamentally there wasn't much wrong with it.
Sold, sir. Thank you very much indeed.
And yet it was sold for just £38,000 to developing team David and Paul. They have a particular way of approaching all their property purchases.
We sell them on to investors, but then continue to manage the properties for them. And currently we look after 45 properties.
Right, so you get a bit of a double hit then, do you? You sort of sell it on and then you get the management fees for looking after it.
Yeah.
On the face of it, this property fitted their business model perfectly. It was relatively cheap, yet had strong rental potential. With a 6 to 10 week timescale and a budget just short of 10,000, David and his team of tradesmen were seeing to the renovation. Paul was keeping an eye on the finances and looking for possible investors. Less than 2 months later, we're back to see if their 45th property is likely to get the investors queuing up. Well, the outside might not be significantly different. But inside's now modern and bright. There's a new contemporary kitchen, just right for the rental market.
Well, basically we stripped it all out. There was only a couple of units in and an old cooker anyway, and we took it back to the bare brick. Obviously replastered everything, rewired. Put a new kitchen in, as you can see, retiled. And decorated it, basically.
And to go with the finished downstairs rooms, the 2 bedrooms have been completely refurbished. Despite the damp being a thing of the past in the large bedroom, the smaller back bedroom did present more problems than anticipated.
Yeah, we came, when we found this wall was a really, really cold wall. When we took the paper off, the plaster was coming off, we stripped it back to brick and found that it was a single-skinned wall. So we tanked it and damp-proofed it. We then insulated it, reboarded it, skimmed it, painted new skirtings. It's made the room a lot warmer in the end.
The extra work may have turned up the heat, but David's kept his cool and stuck to his deadline. He finished the whole refurbishment in just 7 weeks. While David's been rolling up his sleeves and overseeing the project, Paul's been busy with their other 44 properties. So how often were they both here?
Every day for me.
I probably haven't been on for about 4 weeks until this week. So I've seen a massive change.
Internally, the house has been completely finished, but the outside area still has a way to go.
We've not done a lot outside because the recent weather. We've still got to do a bit of painting outside, and we've tidied the garden up just a little bit, and you can see the path now, which you couldn't see before.
Once the weather improves, the plan is to re-turf the garden and tidy up the fence and gate. Then they need to find a tenant and some investors. How much does it cost to get this ready to go?
Budget was, I think, 10,000.
I think we've come just under that.
We've come just under, just with fees, probably just slightly over.
A renovation cost of 10,000 on top of their purchase price of 38,000, along with the usual fees and expenses, brings their total outlay to just over £50,000. So, has this been a good investment in the current market? What do 2 local estate agents reckon?
Vast improvement on when last time I saw it. It looks like it's ready to move into, which is the ideal scenario for a first-time buyer.
I think the owner's done a good job on it. It's got a nice kitchen, it's gassed, it's double glazed. I don't think there's anything left to do to it. Move the furniture in and turn the TV on.
The only thing I think they've missed, I would have put a shower in the bathroom. They've fully tiled it, but I think it needs a shower. People these days have busy lives and they don't want to be running a bath every morning.
Despite the lack of a shower, this refurbishment has not been money down the drain. The way Paul and David's business model works is that instead of putting the house on the open market, they sell to a number of investors who then have a share of it and earn their return on the rental income. They've spent £50,000 themselves here, so what could they hope to get from their investors?
going to a landlord investor, and on that basis I would say its value is about £52,000.
In my opinion, I feel the value of this property would be £50,000.
I think valuers, especially in the current climate, are possibly downvaluing just to cover their own backs, in all honesty. I'd expect it to be worth a tad more than that, but I'm not surprised.
In the current market, there may be little or no profit to be had from selling the house, but it's the rental income potential that will attract investors.
A property would fetch £375 per calendar month.
Quite comfortably, I would have said £375 per calendar month.
That kind of rental income could mean an impressive yield of almost 9%. So what do the guys think of that?
Right. A bit lower than what we've estimated. We've got somebody interested in the property. We have told them it's £450.
In fact, since filming, not only have they got a tenant at that £450 a month, but they've sold the house to 3 investors for £66,000. That gives them a tidy £16,000 pre-tax profit, as well as a small income from managing the property. So David and Paul's tried and tested approach has come up trumps again.
We bought 3 this year. This is the 3rd one we bought this year, so we'll definitely buy another. No problems at all.
And I'd say if you've got a successful method that works, why change it?
Well, we hope you've enjoyed watching Homes Under the Hammer.
Yes, and make sure you join us next time for more fascinating stories from the auction rooms.
See you then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And that'll be tomorrow at the later time of 10 o'clock. Coming up this afternoon, Kermit the Frog and Gang on Muppet Treasure Island at 1:15, and then an Easter egg extravaganza, Chicken Run at 2:45.
Every single room in a modern house.
They're a group of thieves.